First thing she said to me was, "An Indian spirit is with you," and she goes, "I think you're going to be a palm reader yourself." They started reading fingerprints. They also discovered there was a difference in thumb sizes for murderers. So bigger thumbs often were murderers. But they discovered
आज मैं आपको मिलवाऊंगा एक एस्ट्रोलॉजर यानी ज्योतिषी से, जो कि भारत से नहीं है। उन्होंने भारत से ज्योतिषी व हस्तरेखा का ज्ञान सीखा है और वो भारत से हजारों किलोमीटर दूर रहते हैं और यहाँ पर ज्योतिषी व हस्तरेखा देखने का काम करते हैं। तो आइए मिलते हैं मिस्टर एस्ट्रोलॉजर यानी मिस्टर सेलो रॉबर्टसन से।
Namaste
Namaste,
and Ram Ram.
Ram Ram.
My first question is, tell me something about you.
I was born in New Zealand, in Christchurch. I think, to a fairly normal kind of family. And over my life, in the 90s, when I went to art school, I studied for 3 years, many things changed because I started to look at life differently.
Tell us about your visit to India.
Well, my first visit to India was in 2004. We went to Rishikesh and I loved that Lakshman Jula and the Shiva temple there, and also some of the characters who are at Ram Jula.
Ram Jula.
Started to head south and we went to Honey Valley, which is in Korg. And this was an experience, probably one of the most poignant experiences in India. The people there had the biggest honey producing business in Asia. They call it the Scotland of India.
When touched with your heart or your mind to become astrologer,
it struck me that I'd never had my palm read. So I contacted the closest palm reader in Thames and made an appointment to go and see her. And I arrived there and I walked in and we went out the back and she set me up in this little room. I was a bit nervous, I didn't know what was going to happen. And the first thing she said to me was, you've got someone from India with you. I was like, I never heard of this, She goes, yes, an Indian spirit is with you. And she goes, I think you're going to be a palm reader yourself. When I went to India, I was amazed to see that everywhere you went, you could get your palm read, and there was an astrologer and things like that. I flew into Calcutta and I went to all the old bookshops looking for old books on palm reading. And of course, people would share information with me. Then I took them all up to Kalimpong and locked myself away for a month in a hotel there. And I just read day and night. I drew things, I walked around and up and down and then read more. So really focused on that. And then after that I traveled around. So everywhere I went I would say I'm a palm reader. And on trains I would say I'm a palm reader and then there would be a queue. So people would wait for their palm to be read. And also I never charge people there.
Oh, it's
in
free.
India. When I do a palm reading, I'm trying to point out to people what their strengths and weaknesses are, what their emotional responses are. And sometimes I say to people, I say, your hand tells me that you could write a book. Have you ever thought about writing a book? And they'll say, all my life I wanted to write a book. And I say, well, why don't you write a book? Because that's what you're trying to do to people, or trying to help people. A lot of people don't do what they really want to do. They're in occupation they don't like. They're living a life they don't want to live, but they're too scared to change because they don't know. But you can encourage them and help them see that they have this ability and there's nothing to fear. You just have to move forward. But really, all this metaphysical things that I've learned from India, and particularly, I would say, the sort of Eastern culture, is about balance. In the prisons, 1915, they started reading fingerprints. They also discovered there was a difference in thumb sizes for murderers. So bigger thumbs often were murderers. But they discovered that it wasn't because all people with big thumbs were murderers, but what they discovered was all people with big thumbs had problems with anger management. Okay? So you have murder sometimes is out of anger. People ring me 1 year later and they say, hey, I'm in London now and what you said was right or something like that, which is a great affirmation for me. But I point out that it's not like I'm being mystical. I'm just trying to introduce them to the science of themselves. So we have the science of it ourselves. Yeah?
People from all over the world wanted to go India. What message you wanted to give them?
Actually, a lot of people go to India and do what they call the Golden Triangle, actually. They go to Delhi, Rajasthan, and then Agra to see the Taj Mahal, the Pink City, and Delhi. So I've been to India at least 2 years in total. I've never been to the Taj Mahal. I've been to other places that people have never heard about, Junagadh and things, where there are beautiful buildings. Belur, there's the oldest temple in the world. Tiruvannamalai, huge temples there that are as equally as dynamic as the Taj Mahal. Because the West says go to the Taj Mahal, everyone goes. But you can go to many places.
In the world, a lot of youngsters now. So what the message you wanted to give them?
What I think is important is to not let go of your history. If you know where you're coming from, it's important to know what your history is. Know the history of your country. Don't get caught up in technology. Use it, but don't let it take over your life. If we can put this much energy into our relationships with others, we'll get along better than just putting our energy into technology. You spend half an hour on Facebook in the morning, you could spend half an hour meditating. Meditation is about letting the mind calm down. So this is mental health. So if you learn this early, you won't have so many problems. Meditation and yoga in schools would be a wonderful thing. Yoga is about oxygenating your body, so stretching, getting the muscles. Not producing muscles that you can show off, but producing muscles that will be healthy. It's a little bit subtle difference, but more important in the long run. Because strong muscles are good when you're 20, but they're no good to you when you're 70. They just go all flabby.
What do you think the India contributed to the world?
I think that India shows a lot of tolerance to each other. Okay, I know that the media always pick up the bad bits, but the good bits are that I've seen where, like the Kumbh Mela, where so many people come together, millions of people come together. They don't need police. They look after each other. They work in such a small, confined space, but they're very tolerant of that. And I've found a lot of tolerance, religious tolerance as well in India. And of course, yoga, vegetarian food, family values, I think are great. And also a lot of the ceremonies of joy. People celebrate Diwali all over the world. And Diwali is about goodness, good over evil. And it's a wonderful thing, but it seems that every country now in the world will celebrate Diwali. And I think that's something very positive to come out of India, because it is a very positive expression.
You know many languages in India. Any of the Indian language you...
Advice to people going to India is that many, many people speak English. Move from one state to the next. They're speaking, Malayalam here, they're speaking Tamil here. Hindi, I learned to say hello, namaste, or if it's Tamil Nadu, Kali Vanakkam, Sari, Gama, Pada, Nisa, and namaste, or Ram Ram, and being involved in these things opens up doors for you.
Thank you, Cello. Thank you very much.